Welcome everybody to a brand new episode of Lights Camera Pop, a new year, same old podcast with the two same old hosts. I'm Rich.
I'm Mike.
Hope everybody's doing well. Had a good new year, a good Christmas. We've been kind of like spotty off and on getting episodes out the past 2 weeks. So for that, we apologize. But holidays are crazy. Family comes first.
Right, and I've been under the weather too, so I apologize for that. So if you do hear me sound a little like I'm going through puberty again, it's because I'm either am or I'm sick still. So one of the two.
That's funny. I thought you were going to say that's because I am going through puberty again. That's so funny. So what's been up, man? How's it going?
Like I said, man. Like I said, just trying to get through the holidays unscathed, which we did, and like I said, I had this little bit of a sickness, man. Started off with just sinus drip. My allergies just decided to come in full force, and just started kicking my ass. And the sinus drip turned into a sore throat, turned into bronchitis, turned into a dual ear infection. So yeah, I had not been a happy camper or been able to sleep well for the last week and a half, 2 weeks.
Oh wow!
But I am on the mend.
Yay.
But I'm not 100%.
Well, hey, at least you're not -%. That's all that matters.
This is the truth. This is the truth.
And speaking of medical drama, I had like literally right before we started recording finished the rewatch of the first season of The Pitt because the new episode starts this Thursday on the 8th.
Yes.
So like super excited for that. Cannot wait. Been looking forward to it.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
But yeah, like I hope everybody had a good New Year. I hope everybody had or a good Christmas, a good Christmas and everything with their families and friends.
Yeah, I hope Santa brought you everything you needed,
and that pony.
If you do Festivus, hopefully the errands of grievances went well, and the feats of strength went good. I mean, I'm all for both of those.
So, like, I'm just gonna ask because like we really didn't really get to talk much about Christmas. So, oh god, sorry, lack of oxygen to my brain. What was your prize gift? Let's talk some gifts this year. Like, what was some of the cool things you got?
The cool thing that I got, literally, well, you know me, I'm a big reader, so Amy got me an e-reader for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, so I'm like really excited about that. Still haven't like worked out all the bugs with it, but that's going to be like my big thing. So like whenever I'm traveling around, especially doing shows, sometimes you get that lack. I can read on it, or I'll be doing a lot of shows that are away from home this year, and I'll probably be doing a lot of them by myself. So whenever I hit the hotel rooms or something like that, I can, I'll have something to always rip up my time with. And it's easier to carry that around. I can carry 1 billion books on that than it is to carry like 2 books in a bag. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that to me was my big woohoo moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was pretty stoked about that.
Oh yeah, that's pretty awesome.
What about you?
See, I couldn't decide between two. Like my wife got me a resin statue bobblehead of Art the Clown.
Ooh.
So, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like sitting here on my little podcasting desk. But then also my daughter got me a tumbler, a steel tumbler for my coffee and whatnot, which mainly coffee. That's usually what's in it. But it has engraved on there a microphone. And then it says, "Ask me about my podcast."
Oh, that's
cool. So it's like, oh, that's so cool. So
yeah,
it's been going everywhere with me. And funny enough, nobody has yet asked me about my podcast. Little sad, but it's okay.
My father-in-law got me a coffee mug, and you know me, I'm a big gun guy. I'm a big shooter.
Yeah.
And he got me a coffee mug of it's like a revolver, like a six shooter revolver, and it's just funny. I'll just walk around it, almost like the on what's it called? Office Space. And he's like, how he keeps walking around with a cup of coffee. That's me carrying around my gun coffee all day long.
Yeah.
I just want to be like, yeah, Amy, you can have those TPS reports for me. So
That's
those
so
are
cool.
my two favorite gifts. Oh, wait a minute, I do have one hysterical story to tell. Okay,
Oh, I love hysterical
so
stories.
so my sister-in-law, Amy's sister, Allison, has a daughter, Anya, and I call her Onion, but Anya.
Of
So
course.
Anya and Allie go to the dollar store, and Allison's like, "Okay, you can pick out a toy or a gift for for the family. Like one person gets a gift, and they're at the dollar store, so that everything's going to be $1." So she's walking around randomly, like picking stuff up. So I'm watching the people as they open up their gifts, and well, that's what Anya got you, and like Amy got a glow in the dark Nightmare Before Christmas coloring book. Pretty
Mhm.
cool. Um, Another person got an X-Acto knife. Now, mind you, Anya's like 4. Okay, so she's like very, very young. So, um, they're going around picking like all these different things. So finally, it gets my turn to open up. So I was like, I have to see what Anya got me. So I open it up. I pick it up, and it's squishy and it's filled with water, and it has like a squirt gun thing to it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, what did she get me? Like Windex? I'm like, this is cool. So I open it up, and here she got me carpet scrubber,
That's
like
hilarious.
carpet cleaner. And and then Allison's like, she looked at me and said, Uncle Mike is going to love this. He needs it.
That's fantastic. You gotta
So
love
right
a
now, that's
4-year-old's
probably my
mind.
favorite gift I've got
I
so
was gonna say
far.
you gotta love the mind of a 4-year-old.
Is the carpet cleaner from
Right.
Anya.
That's so
I
funny.
honestly couldn't wait to do the podcast because I wanted to tell that story.
um. So yeah, this whole past year, like I've been sitting there thinking of like trying to rack my brain about like what like I wanted to talk about like the past of the podcast of the past and then of the future and everything. And of course, just doing the podcast has been like so cool. Like we're on, which I will say, shit. Now I can't even like remember like the episode number, but technically, the last episode was not the episode that we were. I said. Like I can't
Right.
remember because it was supposed to be like episode 30. I think this one's 31, but I said 31 last time, but it was actually episode 30, and like
Hmm.
I just got so discombobulated. So um but yeah, I just so whatever it is, I think that's kind of funny. So I'll post that up. But yeah, in the 30 some episodes that we've done and we've started this, like it's been like just so cool. A lot of fun doing it. Um we've had some really cool guests on.
Yes.
Um and we're not stopping there because
No.
the
No, we got
2026
some
we're
really
gonna.
cool ideas. We got some really cool people lined up. We just gotta
Yes.
get some. We gotta nail some stuff down, and we gotta go and like then pull some triggers too. So
I you know what,
we
and
got you. We
I
got your
did.
backs, Jack. We got your backs.
Yeah, I really enjoyed like talking to Keith Coogan. Like I
Yes,
thought that was
that
kind of
was a
cool,
cool
and
one.
he was kind of like what I thought loved about that episode was the fact that he was like one of the first people that like came to mind whenever I was brainstorming this during the horror show. And I was like, if I had another show that wasn't horror related, who would I want to talk to? Who would I want to have a guest on? And honestly, Keith Coogan was one of the first people that popped in my head.
He's
So
so cool, and
he
he
really was.
did
And he was a
some
lot of
great
fun to talk
stuff.
to. He wasn't like one of those like. And I tell you what, like anybody who's listening, just know it is not as easy as it seems to lock down a guest.
Oh no,
when I was doing the horror show, I had a lot of independent horror guests on there, and I had a lot of like B movie guests. But that's because they weren't. I don't want to say irrelevant, but horror fans or horror actors and filmmakers, like, they always look for new ways to just talk about this stuff. Like people like Keith Coogan, he has all his conventions and stuff like that. He didn't need to come on and talk to
No.
us. And same with like a lot of the people that we've reached out to. And I think that we're starting to. We've been talking to a lot of people lately, and I think this year is going to be a lot bigger year from last year.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna hit the ground running pretty good with this year.
Oh yeah, so
and with me, I have a little bit more time to focus on things too, since I'm doing this big transformation of my life, if you will. So like I can put some more time to this because I consider this part of my quote unquote job, because I do equate doing this with being with my comic book stuff that I do. So I can kind of focus more on this. I can try to like get things going and do some better follow-ups, because I dropped the ball on a lot of people that I was trying to talk to before, but a lot of it happened to me because of my job, and happened because of like me being sick too, for the last couple of weeks, just not not being able to think properly, and just not sleeping, not doing anything like that. So yeah, we're things are on track, and I think people are really going to truly enjoy listening to the show. And I've already had people say that they go back and re-listen to our podcast over and over again because they like the content. So that makes me happy.
yes, and that's one of the things that I absolutely love to hear when people like reach out to me and say, "Oh, listen to the new episode. It was really good." Hey, by the way, there was no static at the beginning. That's one of my favorites. Right. It's almost kind of like a running joke now that like, hey, there was no static. But yeah, that it's you're going to see the capacity of the kind of guests that we're shooting for next week. I don't want to jinx it because we do have somebody. This episode was supposed to have a guest, but due to some unforeseen circumstances, they had to reschedule for next week. So you'll see, because that guest is going to be super cool, and everybody's going to absolutely eat this one up.
It should be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. And what's funny is we're actually going to, and I have to tell this story too. We're actually recording earlier in the week this week, because Sunday is when we normally record. Well, my daughter is flying to Florida, and I'm flying with her. So I'm going to be in Florida for a half hour, because I'm going to fly down with her. She's going to connect, and then I'm going to jump back on a plane and fly back home. So it's like kind of fun. But so yeah, it won't be a normal Sunday next week for us to record. But yeah, aside from that, what about some movies last year? What was some of your favorite stuff that you got to watch?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
A lot of my favorite stuff has been just a lot of documentary stuff. Like I really kind of immersed myself a lot in a lot of documentaries lately. Mm-hmm. And that's just some of my favorite stuff to watch. For some reason, I'll get in these big kicks, and that'll be like all I want to see for a while. Will be like a documentary and just that sort of stuff. And then for a while, then I'll get out of it, and I'll just get like into comedies or this or that or the other. But like actual like film, like movies, like not really a whole bunch like really jump out at me that I'm just like, oh my god, I love. But
it's funny that you say I did watch
a movie that my daughter turned me on to. And didn't come out last year, but it's a movie that I watched last year. And
Hmm.
it's a movie called Bottoms. I don't know if you've ever heard of it or not. Um, it's
Trying
a
to think. I know it came out in 2023. I'm looking at it. It's on Netflix.
Oh my
Um,
God. If you've never seen this movie, watch it. It is freaking hysterical. Um, Absolutely love it. I get such a kick out of it. My daughter and I were talking about it again today because she's like, I rewatched Bottoms again. And I was like, oh man, I gotta watch that movie again. And it's just so good. So that's probably, I watched it last year, so that's a movie that sticks out in my head. Um, but like I said, like the stuff that like really jumps out for me was that the documentary that we talked about before, um, just like a week or two ago, about John Candy,
yeah,
like that. Um, that was a big one that sticks in my head. I just think that was just a fantastic, just such a sentimental, great send off to a beautiful soul of a man. Um,
that was
you know,
so
so
good. That was
so
definitely
that
one of my
that's
favorite
probably like
docs.
my biggest one of the most recent stuff. What about you?
And you know what? It's funny because like I was trying to think like usually I don't get to see movies when they come out. So
Same
and
here.
really there was nothing this year that really came out that stood out. Um so I'm trying to think. Like I really wanted to see Tron Ares and that's coming out this Tuesday. Didn't get to watch that. Um Sinners, I still have yet to watch that. I have yet to watch Weapons. Isn't it horrible? Like all these movies, like literally, I do a podcast about like pop culture and movies, and yet I still don't watch movies the way I should. Uh, but yeah, it's kind of funny. Um, I kind of wanted to watch that Ballerina, the John Wick spinoff. I never
Oh
got to
yeah, I wanted
watch
to see that
that.
myself.
I think the only two movies that came out this year that I did actually watch
Sorry.
was Fantastic Four: First Steps and Superman. And
Like I said,
aside
I
from
don't
that, that
think.
was it.
Yeah, like I don't think I actually watched any like current movies that um really came out. Like it's just I play catch up like you. I play catch up when it comes to movies.
Yeah.
Um, so that's where I am. Like I'll probably wait another couple of weeks and I'll watch some other stuff. And like the thing that I really want to watch now, it just came out on Netflix. Is the final season for Stranger Things.
Okay, so
I want to
like,
watch it.
yeah, you haven't watched it yet.
No, I have not watched it
I
yet.
have.
Um,
Well, I won't watch it. I mean, I will say that I won't be watching it. And again, it's nothing like you've heard me talk about this before. It has nothing to do with like my distaste for Stranger Things. I just think that I'm just not exactly like excited for it, I guess. Like I watched
okay.
the first season and I'm like, it's fine. I get it, but it just wasn't for me. So, um,
Well, I
but
just
I
invested so
did,
much time in watching all of them, so I might as well
and
finish it
that's
out. That's
fair.
just how I look at it. You know, and I've heard some really mixed bag things about it. My nephew says it's a French kiss, best thing he's ever seen on television. Thinks it's just the bee's knees. My daughter says the first four episodes are fantastic, then it flatlines. Then the last episode, the first half is great, and then it flatlines. And I trust her because she watches movies like you and I.
Hmm.
She watches them under a microscope. Um, and so and then I heard other people have said, Brian and a couple other people have said like it's good, but it's not like wow. So it is what it is, but I'll watch it just because like I have to.
Yeah. Now, like today, I watched. Well, today I finished watching it, but um, I watched a movie that I have never seen. I've always wanted to, and I finally just was like, "Oh, it's on Prime. Let's watch it." Hardball with Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Um, It had me teary eyed. And a few, well, one scene in particular. But yeah, it was pretty good. I don't think it was like Oscar worthy, but for a Keanu Reeves movie, it was definitely good.
I've
Um,
been watching. Me and Amy have been. Well, Landman, like I think we talked about before.
yes.
Like that's the newest thing that like I'm really into, and um, so that another episode airs tonight, but I'll probably watch that sometime this week coming up. Um, but we've been like watching Dark Side of the '90s. I don't know if you've ever seen that or not.
What is it?
Uh, the Dark Side of the 1990s.
I did see that. I think it was like a TLC or an AMC kind
Yeah,
of
something
thing.
like
Yeah.
yeah. We're watching on Hulu or something, and it's pretty cool. We're like 4 episodes deep on it, and it's pretty. Like, we're enjoying it. It's pretty neat the way they're doing it. It's just like, oh, I remember that, So it's just like an interesting stroll down the dark side of memory lane. If you're a Gen X person, you'll dig it.
I'm gonna have to take a look into that. Now this is gonna be a big year. Then I was looking at the most searched films of 2026 according to
Okay.
Google. Okay, I'm gonna go through the top 10, and I feel like the 10th one they just threw on here because I can't imagine a lot of people searching for this movie. But I think they just kind of like threw it on just to complete a top 10 list.
Probably.
And that number 10 is Wuthering Heights. Now, I understand that it is a phenomenal and popular book, but I can't imagine me waking up in the morning and say, "Oh, I gotta Google Wuthering Heights. I want to find everything out I can about it. Who are they casting for?" I can't. But that's just not me. And that's number 10. So then starts like number 9, The Odyssey.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
They're making Wuthering Heights a movie.
Yes. I see you're going to make me add to this, and I'm going to Google Wuthering Heights 2026, and we're gonna
But
see who's in the cast. Just a Wuthering Heights
why?
2026 film. Okay, so the cast is, I don't know. Here we go. Jacob Elordi, Margot Robbie, Owen Cooper, Allison Oliver, a lot of people I've never heard of. That's when you know you're getting old. Like when you like turn on the VMAs and you don't recognize any of the artists, or when you see a new movie coming out and you don't recognize any of the cast names, then yeah, it's the age is catching up to me.
Did you ever read Wuthering Heights?
No.
Okay, I have.
It's coming
It
out
doesn't need to
Valentine's
be a
Day.
movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be a movie. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's so funny because, like, if someone would explain it to you, you'd be like, wow, that sounds cool. There's like violence and like crazy love story, like revenge,
Yeah.
like all kind of it's like, okay, yeah, don't watch that. Just fucking watch Princess Bride.
There you go. I
better.
love it. See,
It's
yeah,
better.
they could have on this top 10 list put Mortal Kombat 2.
Right.
But I guess is Google wrong? I don't know. But yeah,
Google's
number
only-
9
the
is the
CIA.
Odyssey.
The CIA is wrong on that one.
Big Brother, yeah. The Odyssey is at number 9, and I can understand that. That looks pretty
I can
pretty
see
good.
that. That looks. And I read the Odyssey too. The Iliad and the Odyssey.
Mhm.
Those are both cool
I've
books.
read that
I can
in
see that.
high school.
Yep.
Street Fighter, which is coming out October 16th. The teaser trailer for it looks pretty freaking good. But it is what it is. Street Fighter, like the video game, it's just fighting.
Right.
From what the trailer showed, there wasn't much of a storyline. So okay, cool. Let's see what you do with it.
Right.
Okay, so number 7, it's got me curious, and I'll tell you why. Because movies anymore we get a trailer for it like a year in advance before it actually comes out in theaters. This one comes out June 5th of this year, and we've barely got a teaser poster for it. So it makes me question the hype behind it from its own filmmakers. And that is the new Masters of the Universe movie. Yeah, I don't know. From the poster that they released, looks pretty cool. And I know it's going to be kind of like, I don't know, meta, but like it's going to be set in modern times and flash back and forth.
Yeah.
Number 6, coming out November 6th, is The Cat in the Hat, a new CGI movie that is like the Grinch and Minions and stuff like that. This looks pretty cute.
Okay, now I'm cool with.
And I'm telling you what, mark my words, when this movie gets released, the Minions are going to have some competition. Because there are little baby Thing 1 and Thing 2s in here. And they look cute as hell. And they're gonna give the Minions a run for their money and popularity. Mark my words. Breaking in at number 5, June 26th, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, which we talked about, the trailer for that. This one comes out.
The more I think about that, the more I'm actually getting a little bit more excited to see.
Yeah, I definitely want to check that out. I actually think it's going to be better than Superman.
I do too.
Number 4 has me. I was skeptical at first until I heard the casting and the direction they were going. And it got me a little bit more excited because they need to put the final nail in this coffin and just bring it on. Bring the end on. Let's see how you do with it. Retcon 5 and 6, but Scream 7 is coming out in February. Really excited about this one and the return of Matthew Lillard. And I really hope that he is... I ain't gonna lie. I hope he's the killer. I hope it turns out he was the mastermind of everything from the beginning. Well, after 3, because I guess I remember in 3, her half brother, was the mastermind between first and second. I don't know. But
Right,
yeah, looking forward to that one. Number 3 is Toy Story 5. Okay, it's one. It's no surprise. Number 2 and number 1 are no surprise as the most searched film of 2026. Spider-Man Brand New Day, coming out July 31st. And Avengers Doomsday, coming out on my 50th birthday, December 18th. Sorry about that. Hit the mic. So yeah, there you have it for the most searched films of 2026.
I mean, it's an interesting list, and it's a varied list, which I do like. You know what I mean? It's not like it's like monochromatic list of just the same type of movies over and over again. So I mean, like you have a good list of like some, you know, like a classic to anime to comic book to. I mean, like it seems like a good amount of half decent stuff's coming out of Hollywood this year. So. See what happens. Fingers crossed.
I'm really looking forward to Doomsday. I can't say it enough.
Yeah.
And while we're on this topic, I want everybody to share this. I should record myself, but I didn't do my hair and I don't have a hat. So, but I want everybody to share this episode because I want this part to get out specifically. I want to start this thought process in everybody's minds while we're talking about Doomsday. Okay, so I have this theory that these so-called teaser trailers that are coming out. So we saw the teaser trailer with Steve Rogers. I talked about it on the last episode, but then not long after we recorded that episode, Marvel and Disney officially released that same trailer. Everybody's saying that it's AI at first.
Right.
Then
Yeah.
Disney released the same trailer that everyone was saying AI. A week later, there was the new Thor teaser, allegedly. Everyone's like, oh, it's AI, it's AI. This can't be. Boom. A couple days later, Disney and Marvel officially releases the teaser, and it's the same one. Now, we're going to see how this plays out because we're still waiting for the official word from Marvel and Disney, which I'm expecting that it'll happen Wednesday. Don't quote me on that, but I think it'll happen Wednesday that they'll officially release it because that's what Tuesday or Wednesday. So I think we got an alleged teaser for the X-Men coming to Doomsday. And you see Cyclops in his classic 90s blue and yellow uniform, and everyone's getting all wet for it. You see Magneto and Xavier holding each other's hands, like, joining forces almost.
Right.
And you see the Sentinels, and which is kind of cool because if you look in the teaser, it shows the Sentinels almost has the arc reactors in their chest, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So anyway, everyone's all saying it's AI. So we're gonna see what happens. If Marvel releases this, as of today, I saw a new teaser for the fourth and final teaser film of it, and it had Loki in it, and Loki closes, like, he keeps flashing between each of the scenes of the previous teasers. Like, he flashes the one, he sees Steve Rogers pulling up on a motorcycle from a distance. He blinks into another one where he sees Thor, and he's like, brother. And then he flashes to the X-Men one. And then he flashes to the next one and sees Doom. And then, like, he kind of wakes up and sees all these characters deceased.
Oh.
And yeah, like it. So I'm curious to know if all this is like all legit. Now, here's my theory. My theory of this is when everybody's bitching and complaining, saying, oh, these are all AI. Perhaps they are AI. And I think that maybe Disney is. Remember, a couple weeks ago, we talked about how Disney had invested
bunches of money into AI.
$1 billion into OpenAI and had vowed to make short form content. What if they're testing this short form content by doing these teaser trailers for Doomsday? And like when all said and done, and then it comes out and then all of them are real, they're gonna be like, ha, they're all AI. What do you think of it now? And see, it can be done. And like, I don't know. I just can't help to wonder if this is what we're going to see. Not saying that the entire film of Doomsday is going to be AI.
Going to be AI.
But yeah, I don't see why the trailers couldn't be.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. That is a mighty good theory you have going there.
I think so. And
I think you might be onto something on this one.
Like right now, Big Brother is listening. Uncle Walt's listening. He's going to shut us down. No, don't Walt let him know.
They're defrosting Walt right now. I just love how that fake. Everyone thought that Walt Disney was frozen.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Like the things that people come up with. But at the time, I mean, I guess you can understand why. So what about comics? How was the comics of 25 compared to the future of 2026?
Funny you say that because there is a lot of fear in the comic industry right now. Like, sales are down when it comes to actual books. they did the relaunch of Batman not too long ago, and it's chugging along, but it's not doing as great as they hoped it was. The really thing that keeps comics alive really is the merchandising around the comic books. That really is what helps out the comic book industry. Um, so, but one thing that helps, I think that was a lot of people were afraid of, is AI. And I think a lot of people were afraid that the comic book industry was going to get eaten up by AI, that the writing was going to be done by AI, the art was going to be done by AI, and basically, Whopper was going to be writing all of our new funny books. I had to use Whopper because I love war games with Matthew Broderick. Um, but anyway, I can get that
Deep
into
cuts.
a conversation. I can slide that in. But what's it called? So a lot of people were afraid of that was going on, and then we talked about this two episodes ago, 3 episodes ago, where DC said there's no room for AI in DC books, but Marvel didn't say that, and Disney did do $1 billion into OpenAI, and Disney does own Marvel. So people are still kind of like on the fence. Well, is the AI going to leach into the Marvel books? And I think a lot of people are kind of like hoping that that's not the case. People are kind of waiting to see if the mouse is going to come out and say, AI is only going to be for our visual entertainments and not our written entertainments. So hopefully they don't take the human talent out of the books. I don't mind short films like we were just talking about using some AI, but
Right.
I don't want to see it at all in the comic books. Now, if you want to use AI for like little children's books, knock yourselves out. You know what I mean? Anything that gets little kids to read, I'm for. But I don't want it to be in the comics because or I don't want it to be in literature in general. Let's just put it that way. I don't want it in comics or literature in general.
Right.
Because I don't want human imagination to be stifled by ones and zeros in the binary. I just don't want that to happen. So, Disney, if you're listening, which I know you are, because we're the #1 podcast on the planet. um, Please don't don't. I don't care that you put money into AI. I don't care that you put money open in AI. Whatever you want, knock yourself out. It's your money to waste. But please keep it out of our comics. Please keep it out of the intellectual properties that we know and love, because people like Stan Lee and Bob Kane and Ditko and all the giants that we stand on their shoulders. Please don't spit in their face. Please don't.
Agreed. Yeah, I was wondering like how it was going to be this year. I know it seems like they're you could tell they're starting to reach a little bit to gain some new audiences, because now
Yes.
they're starting to do the DC Marvel crossovers that they do every so many years.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh well, we're starting to lose some money. I think it's time to call up your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man and bring him in with
Yep.
Batman.
Yep. Let's put Deadpool Batman.
Well, there's a new one
Superman
coming out.
with Spider-Man. Let's put no, please, yeah, I don't mind them. I mean, like they've been doing it for so long now. But just do it respectfully. And you're right, a lot of it's just a cash grab.
Oh
But
yeah, for sure.
I as long as it keeps the hobby alive and interest going. Sorry, guys. And interest going in the comics, in the industry, and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm for 2 thumbs up. One hand washes the other. Each, they all help each other out, which I think is great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's great. And in fact, I'd like to see more comic companies get in on this besides just, Marvel and DC. I would like to see like Sirius. I would like to see Dark Horse. I would like to see Image. I would like to see all of these other companies kind of like, Top Cow and stuff like that. Collaborating with all of each other,
Yeah,
I just think it'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I get royalties and likeness rights and blah 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 and laws and lawyers and all that stuff, but still, I mean, like, that can be worked out. That's easy. Um, let's see more of that. Let's see more cross pollination because without that, things just get stale. And I don't want stale. I want fresh. I want coolness. I want bring back the Flaming Carrot, man, which
there
was
you
a
go.
cool book. I like to see another man-eating cow story arc in the Tick series. Stuff like that. Just the cool, interesting shit that no one thinks about anymore. Bring those back.
Yes, I couldn't agree with you more on that. Something else that is going to be coming back too. Um, I can't remember if it is, and I know we're like I talk about Disney quite a bit, but um, they are going to be returning to the hand drawn style of animation, and
Oh,
that's got me
good,
really excited.
good.
Yeah,
Thank
there's
goodness.
a new series coming out. Not series, but a couple new movies coming out. One's called Hexed, and I can't remember the other one, but it's about a black cat, and I almost think it's a Pixar movie too. And for it to be a hand drawn, I think it's gonna be super cool.
That's going to be good.
Yeah,
That's
I
going to
always
be
like
good.
that animation, and I do. I think the what is helping that is Warner Brothers had released that. Uh, what was it? It's like Donald or Daffy Duck saves the universe or something. Looney Tunes
Oh
saves the universe,
yeah,
and that was all 2D animation, and so that could have been the what made them say, you know what, this still can be done, and people will love to watch it.
it's time consuming, and time is money, and places like that don't want to spend the money that they need to do.
Exactly.
And so I get it. What I mean? But you're Disney, you're Warner Brothers, you guys have deep pockets. You have pockets that have pockets. You guys can put out some really cool shit. You guys can do stuff that some other places simply cannot do. And you can afford to do a line of films that we as you know fans are hungry for and want.
Exactly.
And you're going to make your money off of it, so just don't worry about it. Just do it.
Sorry.
But you have the bean counters that's like, oh well, um, if we do it on a computer, it'll only take 3.5 weeks to be able to render to be able to film it and render it and put it out. But if we go and we have we have to go and hire a whole bunch of animators and stuff like that, so it's gonna take 2.5 years. So you know 2.5 years of paying these people this, that, the other. Where 3.5 weeks versus 2.5 years. You do the math on it. You're going to go with the 3.5 weeks. Get your bigger bang for your buck.
Absolutely.
But it takes the soul out.
Right. Yeah, because there's no heart in it.
Yeah, there's nothing in it. It's just ones and zeros. Yeah, it's cool. It's funny. It's fast. It's this. It's that. The other. Um, but I want to see the brushstrokes. I want to see the animation. I want to see the heart and soul of someone that worked their ass off. That has true artistic talent, not autistic talent to be able to do it in a computer, but artistic talent.
Yes, I agree. I always wanted to do it. I haven't written anything in a while,
Neither have
uh,
I.
and I
In fact, I lost all my writings. I had to
uh,
come back to zero.
oh shit,
I had a I had an incident, and I literally lost all my
no.
stories.
Well, I was sitting there thinking like I always would like to see like a 5 minute, just a 5 minute short series, like 5 minutes, like maybe like about 100 of them. Just do just 5 minute shorts here and there, and do it. I call it Flea Circus,
Mm-hmm.
and it would be about the life of a flea market vendor.
Oh, that's cool.
And I always thought that would be funny because, like, you've seen the people at flea markets, the
Oh
ones
God,
who
yeah.
always try to like bring you down on prices, and it's always and just like how they are and stuff, their mannerisms. Not saying everybody's like that, but the flea market is sometimes like a late night trip to Walmart.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. With more pajamas.
Right? So
Oh man.
coming up
And
for
let's talk a little bit about the music industry too. Um, looks like the Mighty Mighty Bosstones are trying to get back together, which is a band that
yes,
I absolutely love. And if you're a '90s person, you'll know them. Uh, and we may have a little bit of a thing with them. I'm not going to go into great deal, but it looks like they're getting back together. And they just did a big re-release on a bunch of their vinyl, and it looks. I haven't picked it up yet. I haven't held it yet, but wow, does it look great? A bunch of different colors and everything like that, and they look phenomenal. A buddy of mine, another friend of mine who's in a band and also runs a label, called Black.
I've
Oh,
never heard
sorry.
of Black.
Yeah, I know,
What kind of
right?
music do they do?
Um, Black Claw Records, and they're about to drop a bunch of new stuff from their bands, and that label puts out some of the most amazing vinyl when it comes to their stuff. They add they use the most top quality vinyl thicknesses. They use 180 gram, a lot of colors. A lot of their stuff is like hand pulled sleeves. They add all kinds of like flyers and everything like that. And they do a lot of like power violence and hardcore type of stuff. So they do a lot of like Pillsbury hardcore, Piss Happy Children stuff, Apartment 213. So if you're like really into like really aggressively screaming music, check that label out. Phenomenal stuff. Their stuff is like second to none. Um, and like Revelation Records has been doing a lot of repressings, and they've been doing a lot of like limited edition color vinyls of some of their really early stuff, like the Judge New York Crew type of things. So if you're into straight edge and New York hardcore, check out Rev's a lot of re-release stuff. So you don't have to go and pay $500 or $600 for an original 7-inch. You can pay $8, get a repress that sounds just as good, if not better, and still going to be limited edition as well. So check them out. I just wanted to get a little bit of some stuff in there for some hardcore bands and some hardcore labels and some friends that are putting some stuff out and doing some really good things. Revelation has literally been around since 88, 89, and have always been at the forefront of putting out some of the greatest underground punk and hardcore stuff that has ever been recorded. Jordan Copper, the owner, is a sweetheart, a great guy. The label has never strayed away from what has started out. Just great stuff. RevHQ.com. Just check them out if you're into any sort of underground music whatsoever. Check them out. They carry tons of stuff as a distro from every other label you can ever think of. So there you go. All right, I just wanted to get some music stuff in there because we haven't really talked about music
No,
a
and
lot
why
lately.
you? I'm
So
glad
I
you
wanted to
said
get a
that.
little bit of a thank you, because those bands and those labels literally have like, I'm not going to say saved my life, you know what I mean? Because I've never been in a position to where I've had, like, I wanted to start a shotgun because, whatever. But they've always been in a position to where, like, when I was down and I was out or something like that, those bands and those labels have always been like that jolt of energy that just make sure that, like, I do wake up. I do keep putting myself forward. Not just my. They're the soundtrack of my life. They're the
Sure,
soundtrack. Like, music is the soundtrack of all of our lives.
absolutely.
So I just wanted to give like a shout out to some of the labels and some of the people that have really got me going. And Lou Kohler from Sick of It All, keep your head up, brother. I know you've been going through. You beat cancer once. You know you're sick. You never really got over it, and now you're having a little bit of a down. Keep your head up, brother. You know we're all pulling for you.
Absolutely.
Yes, Sick of It All has got me through so much in my life. That is one of the greatest bands I have ever heard in my life. I will always love that band. And Lou, everyone in the hardcore, everyone in the punk scene, everyone in the underground, we are all behind you 110%, brother. All right, sorry about that. Let's
No, no,
go.
you're
Let's
good.
move
You're
on to
good.
something else.
While you were mentioning about the bands, I figured I'm gonna look up, see what Rolling Stone has to say about the most anticipated albums coming up in
Okay.
2026. So, I again, I'm kind of like at a loss. ASAP Rocky has a new
Okay.
album coming out called "Don't Be Dumb."
East Aesop Rock.
Yeah. ASAP Rock. Lucinda Williams, don't know who that is. This one here just cracks me up because we were just talking about it. Wuthering Heights soundtrack.
Oh God.
Yeah, and apparently Charlie XCX is releasing the album. So I don't know. And then this one is throwing me off. Hillary Duff has an album. So
Not only does she have an album coming out, but it's actually in the anticipated section. That makes me laugh.
right, Gorillas, which I find a very interesting group.
I can kind of see that being anticipated.
Yeah.
That's what I can see being anticipated.
Okay, so this one here just got announced the other day, and already it hit the most anticipated. March 20th, K-pop group BTS is releasing their comeback album.
I never knew they went away.
They did, and the reason why is because they had to. My girls would be able to tell you more about it, but
Was it the military experience
yes,
they had to go and do to fulfill their military?
Yes, being that they were in South Korea, they had
South Korea. You have to be in the military for like 4 years, I think.
Yes, so they went and did all that. So now they're coming back as a group, and in the meantime, while some was in the military and the others were out, this couple of them released some solo projects. Which I cannot lie to you. I actually have a playlist on my phone called Dad's BTS Mix. So like I'm kind of like looking forward to it because like I kind of like them a little bit. They have some good sounds. I can't understand what they're saying, but I can feel what they're saying, if that makes any sense.
That makes perfect sense. I know what you're talking
and
about. I get it.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that myself. And that's March 20th.
Interesting.
Evanescence. They don't have an exact date. They just said early 26. Evanescence is coming back with a new album. Madonna, My Chemical Romance. Yeah, those were like the main ones.
Madonna, just go away already.
Grandma, she's gonna be
wear back on. Get off the stage.
She's like the
just
Rolling
record
Stones
some music
of or like the female Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
Like
at least the Rolling Stones have talent.
It's debatable.
Circle gets the square.
Right.
But I mean, like her early stuff that is undeniable. I mean, like
for sure.
like La Vista and Bonita. Oh my God, like Papa Don't Preach. Like those 80s. Those 80s Madonna songs, those are freaking bangers. Like, you can't deny that. Like, they are fantastic. But anything past 1999, I could care less.
Right. Yeah.
I can honestly care less. Grandma, just stop it.
Grandma, just stop it.
It's just like no one wants to hear it anymore. No one wants to see you coming out in a wheelchair and trying to shake your ass. All right, like take the cones off your boobs. No one wants to see it.
Right.
Now, if she would like record some music and like try not to be Madonna and just be Madonna, that's different. Like if she would just come out and record some good music and do a normal tour, then I would probably like embrace it. I'd probably like, okay, Grandma, good for you. But like you're not a sex symbol anymore.
No.
You haven't been a sex symbol since '89.
Like you could
Like-
easily take Jamie Lee Curtis's spot for Activia.
Exactly right. Like when you come out, like when you're Geritol, Madonna's, Madonna's freaking concert sponsored by Geritol,
Right.
and Depends. I'm sorry, but you are not a sex symbol. Quit trying to be a sex. You're not going to make fetch happen.
Right. And okay, so and this is one tour, not even a tour. It's a show. It just got and I don't even think it was officially announced, but all of a sudden it hit. And when one person puts out a rumor, it gets speculated by 20 other different websites. And I can kind of see this. Okay. And it's a genius idea, and I don't think it's a cash grab. I know it's going to sound like it just doesn't seem to me like it's a cash grab. It more or less seems like just the love of where you came from. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Miley Cyrus and Hannah Montana Hannah Montana, the show, is turning 20 years old this year. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah. High School Musical turns 20 this month. How crazy is that? So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So I guess from the speculations that they're saying, to commemorate the 20th anniversary, Miley Cyrus is going to do a 1 stadium performance concert as Hannah Montana. Just one night only.
Okay. My thoughts on that. I don't have a problem with
I was going to say, I don't hate that idea.
I honestly, I think it's kind of neat. Like if it's just a one-off, like even if it's like a 5-show run, you know what I mean? Like a show in Los Angeles, show in New York, blah, blah, blah. Like do like East Coast, West Coast, North, South, blah, blah, blah. Just a quickie, because there are those kids that grew up, like you said, with her as Hannah Montana and would like to see that. So I kind of get it. I kind of think it's kind of cool. I'm not opposed to it. I'm not like, okay, this is stupid. You know what I mean? But yeah, cool. Well, like neat.
Yeah.
Would I go? No. I
don't know.
Do I support it?
Yeah, I would definitely support it. Like, I think that is like so cool because to me, she's not denouncing what made her famous. So
right. She's embracing what made her famous.
Yes, exactly. Because I know, like, for example, Zac Efron, like he doesn't really associate himself with anything Disney, with anything High School Musical, while you see a lot of the other cast members still like calling out the fans. It's almost like oh God, like Topanga, Danielle Fishel, Will Friedle, and Ryder Strong. They all still embrace the whole Boy Meets World. They have their Pod Meets World podcast. But Ben Savage wants nothing to do with them, wants nothing to do with the show, nothing. Really? And it's just like weird to me. Like I get.
Well, some people, I think some people just get like that whole thing of like, I'm too good for this, and then not only that, they get the whole thing of like, I don't want this to be my identity. So I can see it, but at the same time, like, you still have to acknowledge it. In my mind,
I agree.
Especially if it's especially if it's the vehicle that put you on the map. Yes. And let's face it, those were the vehicles that put those people on the map. Well, Ben Savage had a little bit more than the other ones. Yeah, Boy Meets World, But I mean, still.
Yeah, for sure.
But you would think he would because I mean, like he signed on for that Girl Meets World.
Yeah. Yeah, and then after that, like it just like there's still no word as to why he just like stopped talking to him. I know he I don't know if he's the current or if he just ran for the governor of somewhere. But
Oh, really? I
yeah,
didn't even know that. That escaped me somehow.
yeah, like he's a government official somewhere.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, and I know he just had a baby too.
Well, maybe
Um,
okay. So then maybe he kind of like wants to. All right, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because like if he's doing the government stuff and he's doing more of that, maybe he just wants to separate because then people will think he's not serious as of a of an individual. Oh, you're just nothing but Boy Meets World. You're not. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So maybe that's his way of saying, I have nothing. I'm not part of that world anymore. And let's face it. Like, I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. People are very weary of anybody that comes from an entertainment background that tries to get into government just because of the nature of the beast that it is.
Well, they let Arnold
So
Schwarzenegger do it, so I mean,
yeah,
uh,
but California's a completely other animal.
well,
But I mean,
ironically
like if he,
enough, he
yeah,
is not. He ran for Congress in California's
okay,
30th district in 2023, 2024. Uh,
okay,
he was unsuccessful. So he
okay.
is
So
not.
let's just say I'm just to say like if he's trying to do anything with with that sort of intentions,
Yes.
he's probably trying to stay out of the light because that 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 light can be very different shades to very different people. So he probably wants people to think, oh, well, he was the nice kid in Boy Meets World and Girl Meets World. He was also the nice kid in all the other movies because he never played an evil kid ever.
No.
You know what I mean? He was the nice kid in Princess Bride, all that sort of stuff. So he probably just wants people to have that sort of a um, memory, like
Mm,
memory hole of him. That's how I. That's
what,
that's the that's the road that I'm going to take with him right now. Until something else pops up, that's what I'm going to
I'm
think.
just gonna try to throw some correction at you.
Okay.
Um, and you know it better than I do. Because I have seen it, but a long time ago. But was Ben Savage in? I thought it was Fred Savage that was in the Princess Daughter,
Fred. Yes,
his
Fred. You're
brother.
right. Yes, brother.
Yeah, Fred Savage. He was in
Yeah.
the Princess Bride. I almost said the Princess
Right.
Diaries.
Yeah, you're right. Sometimes I could. To me, they're interchangeable.
Although,
But I mean,
although both of them
yeah.
were together in Little Monsters with Howie Mandel
Right.
and Buzz from Home Alone.
Yep.
I love that movie. Good lord. I did start watching The
So
Wonder Years again.
yeah, like that's my take on that. Him trying to cleanse himself, if you will,
Hmm.
of the Hollywood specter.
Okay. Okay. I can see it. I can see where you're coming from with it. Well, I think on that note, I think we're just gonna kind of wind down here. Anything you're looking forward to 2026?
Uh, Getting my business getting off the ground, like really just like buckling down, getting this up and running. Everyone knows that I'll be working on my new podcast as well.
Yes.
Um, so I'm looking forward to that, and I'm tooling things around. I got I'm kicking some stuff around, so it's going to be a lot. It's going to be an interesting show. Let's just put it that way. It's going to be an interesting show, and I'm really looking forward to getting that off the ground. Now, one thing that I did read about 2 weeks ago in the news, that the U.S. government is thinking about redoing the letters of marque. I don't know if you know what that is or not,
I don't.
but okay, a letters of marque, MARQUE, were literally a contract that you would sign between yourself and the federal government, and that contract gives you the okay to be a legal pirate. So, there, I'm sure you've seen what's going on down in the Caribbean right now, especially what happened the other night in 4.5 hours, where we just decided to take Nicolas Maduro. Now, so in my plan B for 2026, if my business doesn't take off,
Mhm.
or the podcast doesn't do as well, or whatever, my plan B is to see if I can get some letters of marque and become an actual pirate of the Caribbean and start attacking drug boats. That's
There you
that's
go. I got the jar of dirt. I got the jar of dirt. Uh,
I mean, like, I will buy a rowboat and I'll call it the Black Pearl.
there you go. I love that idea.
You know,
I love that idea. Um,
so that's my plan B.
you know what? I really don't have a plan B, but you got me curious now if I should look into that.
You can be on my crew. You can be my bet.
I'll be your Schmied, your
right
Captain
hand
Hook.
You know,
I'll be your Schmied, your Captain Hook.
it'll just be like two guys that, like, get drastically fucking boat sick while I'm out there and trying to find drug smugglers.
dude, all I can do right now, like you and me as pirates, all I can do is think about what if you mixed the writers of Naked Gun and Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be the greatest movie ever created. No, you know what it would be? It would be the Muppets. Remember the
Yes,
Muppets?
it'd be like the Muppets Treasure Island.
Yes, I couldn't think of the last part
Oh
of it.
dear Lord,
It'll be the Muppets Treasure
That's
Island.
how I picture it.
But yeah, that would be fantastic.
But
yeah, that's. What about you? What's your big plans for
mine
06?
is this. I mean, I'm gonna keep continuing to do the soda thing. This is my 50th year around the sun. So as I'm gonna kind of like treat this year as a countdown and try to do a lot of things that I've always wanted to do.
You're catching up to me.
Yeah. I'm the baby here. So I do have the new House of Mouse musings on the rise, and I do have another little side hustle, if you will, side job that I'm working on. I am not going to bring it up right now just because I haven't finished some of the courses. I have some courses, some classes, some online stuff that I'm working on right now. So once those are complete, you'll know more about it. You already know about it. They don't.
Yeah, in all honesty, another thing that's like that I'm thinking about doing. I've been kicking this around for a while, just getting my doctorate. Like in all honesty, like just finishing getting my PhD. So
Dr. Satan.
We'll see. Yep.
Nice.
So we'll see.
I love
we'll
that.
We'll see how this year takes in all of our lives. But my biggest thing is, as long as like your kids and my kids are both happy and healthy and doing what they love to do,
yes,
and is set, then 2026 can burn down around me, and as long as they're happy, I'm good.
Yep. And I do still have the 2 short films in the play. It's just taken longer than what I had anticipated, and it's okay because I mean, it wasn't meant to be like something to where I would get rich or retire off of.
Like I said, and I'm not joking when I say I literally lost every bit of my writing. So I gotta sit down and rewrite all my stories from memory again and see if I can do it. And if not,
you got this.
New ones will pour out.
There you go. Sometimes
so
it's meant to be that way.
right?
So on that note,
So,
everybody, where
and
can
then
yes.
next, well, I know I do have my list ready for our next real show that you and I are doing. I did
Yes.
work on that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's some pretty interesting things on the list too.
Yeah. Like, I
So
I kind of mentioned about one of them today. So, but you guys will
yep.
hear about it later on. Where can
All right,
everybody find you
guys.
at coming up?
Where you can where can people find you? Since you always ask me.
Oh well, damn. You can get me at Richie Wayne 76 or Lights Camera Pop at Facebook, Instagram, all that fun places like that. Or you can email us. Please email us. Anything you want. Just say hi. Lights Camera Pop Pod at Outlook.com. That sounded so like desperate. Like, please just email me.
Right. You can always find my dumbass over on Instagrams at what is it, nomad underscore comics underscore and collectibles and punk rock Mike, and you can also find me over on the Tickety Talks as Nomad Comics.
All right, and keep in mind, everybody, Weird Al for 2027.
Exactly right, brothers.
And on that note, everybody, as I'm coughing, muting the mic and everything, you guys have a fantastic week, and we will be back with you next week. Take care, everybody. Have a good night.
See you later, guys.